Hey everyone, welcome back to Retro Magazines and Patterns. My name is Sophie, and today I pulled two to share with you guys. We are going to go through an Annie's Crochet newsletter from November and December of 1990, but I also found this Pack-O-Fun issue from February of 1962, and with Valentine's Day coming up, I thought we might find some fun patterns in there. So I'm going to go through this one first, and then we'll head over here. So a Pack-O-Fun magazine is a craft scrap magazine. So what it is basically just looking for some fun little crafts that you can make with things you can find around the house. These are really great for kids because it really kind of sparks their imagination and their creativity and gives them a way to look at the things around the home and find a good use for them, something that they can, make something tangible. So I enjoy going through these. We won't spend a whole lot of time on this one because, again, these are just some small little scrap crafts, but some fun things all the same. So we have all of the Valentine's crafts here. You have a little garland. There is the really cute centerpiece. I like her. She's really fun. Some little favor cups, some Valentine cards, and a Valentine mailbox. It looks like a little clock. Over here, it gives you all the instructions that you need to make them. Down here, it shows you how to curl the hair for the centerpiece. I love that centerpiece. Again, she's just a lot of fun. So she would be really great on a table. If you were having a party with, some candies and sweets, she'd look really great there. They give you the instructions for the Valentine's box, the favors, and all of the gift cards, which are really cute because if you look close, you'll see that the cards have a lapel pin for mother, sponge for dad, bookmarks for grandma and grandpa, hair clip for sister, and a surprise for brother. Doily printed cards as well. So those are fun, vintage ways to celebrate the upcoming holiday. Here they just do some little, you got a robot, a train. The train's made from, it looks like old cans, bottles, and cartons. He's made from old cartons and paint. They also have a windmill bank and a tugboat. I like this cute little ad over here for Knitwit, yarn sculpting. I've never heard of it. Let me know if you've heard of it. But these little animals are just cracking me up. I like this peacock, this poodle, and the squirrel. Those are really fun. And it does tell me here that this is a fascinating hobby for ages 8 to 80. So there's some craft ideas you can make from old toothbrushes. And I actually did make some bracelets years ago doing this. And when I made them, it was basically you're just heating up that toothbrush. I put mine in boiling water for a few minutes and then it was malleable. So these are kind of a fun way to make some things with some old toothbrushes instead of just throwing it out. And it's a really tangible thing for a kid to make too. I really like the rotary phone dialer. You don't really have much of a need for that nowadays, but that's funny to see. It's a little dated there. Now, they also have some President's Day themed crafts in here, which are not only fun, but a great way to get kids having fun while learning about some American history. So they have the centerpiece, and then you have this White House here that you can make. They have, there's favors, the little colonial hat pattern. And then here are some games. They have questions to ask. You may have to update this because this was from, the 1960s, but it has which presidents traveled to Europe while in office. So you may need to add a few to that. I enjoy this neckerchief slides little craft, and it looks like these are made from scrap leather, but those are a really cute little thing to make that, you can just use to decorate your scarf when you're wearing it. But those are some really cute ones. And obviously it can inspire you to make some different ones, of your own design, because I never had thought about making neckerchief slides, but those are really cute. Perky placemats made from fabric, oilcloth, or plastic. This I'd never heard of, sawdust modeling, but it says that sawdust clay can be sculpted, rolled, and cut out or applied as a covering material. It says that the mixture looks like cork when dry and can be decorated with paint or glitter or merely sanded and shellacked. So they give you, ideas to make beads, lapel pins. There's a totem pole, a tree, and over here they have a whole bunch of other things. That's an interesting medium. I've never heard of it, so I might look into that. Over here they have the animal roll-ups. It's really just showing you how to take a piece of fabric, maybe a towel, and roll it up, tie it in the right places, and you can make a little stuffy. Um, I like this Alvin alligator. To me, he reminds me of Falcor from the Neverending Story. Let me know if you get that reference. Okay, so here is a spread on crafts made from dictabelts, which were a sparkling red acetate sleeve used on dictaphone dictating machines. So this is a great example of things that we really don't see today, but were obviously plentiful in 1967, and they had ways for you to use them. I don't know if these are similar to like the edges that you would rip off of like a dot matrix printer paper. Some of that looks like it could be, but these are cute. And again, like I said, it might not be plentiful today, but it does kind of give you an idea of what they had available to them then and what they used them for. If you have bowling pins laying around, maybe you might want to try these guys. I love this cowboy. I think he's really cute. Some corrugated cardboard art. Again, you have a young kid who's getting into like art and creativity. This would be a great way for them to take some scraps and decorate their own space. This I like. I've seen this in more than one pack of fun. Not this particular parade, but plays and parades and things like that. I don't know if a lot of kids do this anymore, but this is giving them like a script for putting on a little White House parade. So they can dress up and act out and read these parts, learning a little bit about American history and the White House, but being creative and having fun. So this is a great activity if you're looking for something to get them a little more engaged in that area. So after that, I think it just really goes into some basic magazine staples. Like you have the idea exchange, there's some questions and tricks and some extra little crafts that people had sent in their own ideas. And again, like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I did want to just share with you guys some of those cute Valentine's Day patterns. So we'll move on to the Annie Crochet newsletter next. This one was really fun for me. I picked it mostly because of the Scotty dog on the front. I grew up with Scotties. I still have one. His name is Chief. He's about 2.5 years old, and he is a good boy. But we're going to look through this one and see what else is in here that's as cute as that cover. So in the upcoming issue is actually an issue that I've already done a video on. So if you're interested in that, I'll try and link that so you can take a look at it. But there was a lot of cute stuff in there. This was the Valentine's Day issue. So there are some Valentine's Day themed patterns in that one. So let's get into some of the patterns in this issue. Okay, great. The first thing we have here are kitchen capers. So the first pattern in kitchen capers is kitchen doilies. And I think these are lovely. This one says homegrown. This one says, it looks like home baked. And these are great if doilies are something that you don't necessarily find a need for. These are cute. You could use these. These would look great on a table if you're having Sunday dinner or a holiday dinner. Something that you want to add a little bit of extra, touch to the table. These would look so fantastic there. And they're really pretty. I like this edging here. It's like a leaf edging. It's really pretty. Oh, these are fun. Fruit and vegetable wall hangings. So this pattern is going to give you all of these. You're going to have the carrot, the corn, the pear. I like the cherry, the little banana. There's a turnip and little radishes. These are cute. You could make these, hang them on the wall, sure. You could also make them and throw them in a fruit basket so they never go bad, or even just for play food. If you have a little one who's getting into playing kitchen, making you little meals. So this is the continuation of the fruit over this way too. So I imagine this is going to go on a little bit because of all the different fruits and vegetables, but it does end up over here. It says, crocheting is my first love, though fishing is a very close second, writes Carol J. Marinelli of Ohio. So Carol also designed the Love Bears mobile in issue number 46. What an honor, I think it would have been to be picked to be featured in one of these magazines back in the day. So here are the graphs for those doilies, those kitchen doilies. Over here are some cute little cutlery stockings, silverware socks. So that's a cute way to like set up a table if you're having, people over. Put all the cutlery in one little sock. They're good to go. Those work up really quick. I can't imagine that pattern's long at all. It ends over here. Now that's cute. I do a lot of thrifting. I like going and finding vintage, not just craft things, but just vintage things in general for my home. And one thing I come across a lot are some of these vintage towels for the kitchen. And some of them, they're in good shape, but you might find a little stain here or there on them, but they're just so cute, it's hard to pass them by. This would be a great way to repurpose them. I never thought about that. I might have to do that with some of the towels that I've found. So you have the towel apron is really cute. And that's the entirety of the pattern right there. I think you might be able to hear my dog Chief right now in the background. The mailman is here. Okay, so here is Animal Crackers. So this is a really cute loop-de-loop plushie. I like him. I've made a few bears in my day, never one with this like fun texture. And obviously it looks like they are using two different colors of yarn while they're doing the loops. So that one's really fun. Bigfoot Bear. And this is going to continue on page 23. So when we get there, I'll make sure to point that out. But all of these patterns, including the crafts that I showed you in the Pack of Fun, will be uploaded on my Patreon. So if that's something that you're interested in downloading, making for yourself, you can find them all over there. If you ever have any trouble with any of the patterns or any, problems looking them up, just send me a message, let me know, and I'll be happy to help. These are fun, loopy slippers. So we have these cute little bunnies and these little puppy dogs, and these are just adorable. I think these are just so fun. And it looks like the pattern is probably the same for both, just maybe different ears. It doesn't look like they'd be very difficult. Okay, and that's the end of the loopy slippers. So over here we have the zebra afghan, and doesn't that just look very 1990s chic? That is nice. The black and white, if you have that black and white aesthetic, or you have a lot of bright color and you want something a little black and white, this is very cool. And that would not be, this is the whole pattern here. So I'm sure there's a graph, but that's not going to be difficult at all. And there's the graph there. It says, this zebra afghan was a design I have had in mind for a long time, but I couldn't find a crochet stitch I liked until I found the cross stitch. Then everything just came together, writes Karen. So yeah, it looks like you may be just doing like a Tunisian stitch in the main colors and then going back and cross stitching the design. And that's a really fun kind of easy way to make the pattern. So that makes the blanket something that's, easy to work on, even though it might take a while, but then you can get this cute little graph pattern in there quite easily as well. Here's the remainder of the Bigfoot Bear pattern too on this page. And the designer of this one was Tamela Owsley. And she said, I love designing items for children and wanted an extra big special project that didn't take an unreasonable amount of time. I agree. I like doing children's toys. This is cute. The Cow on the Moon mobile. So you have the cute little cow up there and the stars. And then the pattern ends over here. Here's some letters from the reader. There's looks like a correction for a lacy tablecloth. Now that's a fun sweater. I like how you have all the snow in the baubles, the snowman. This would be a great sweater for an ugly sweater party, you could do a lot too as far as decorating the snowman. He doesn't have to be the traditional scarf and top hat. Maybe you could do something else with him. But this looks like it would be relatively easy to put together too. It looks like it's just panels, but we'll see. It says it's continued on the next page. Okay, so it goes all the way to this side right here. Yeah, and it doesn't seem to have like a graph or anything. So it looks like you're probably going to make these appliques and stitch them on. So that would come together pretty quickly. Okay, we have some quick ice skates. Are these, they're quickies, not fridgies. I thought that was going to be a fridgie. It might be modified to a fridgie. It wouldn't be hard to do that. So you have a little ice skate there, a little lacy potpourri ball. I think we've mentioned this before on this channel, but potpourri is not entirely popular at this point right now, but it was back in the 90s. I remember having it everywhere when I was a kid. If you wanted to bring it back or even just put something else in there, just make it on its own. It's really pretty. Oh, look at this, boy on skis. This is calling my name. I love making these little tiny amigurumi toys, and so he's really cute. I like this. And the skis, how cute is that? And it looks like they use toothpicks for the ski poles. And this is the whole pattern, these 2 pages, and that's it. So he wouldn't take long to make. You'd probably make him up in an afternoon if you were just looking for something fun and quick. Okay, a hooded scarf. I don't know if anybody out there loves a hooded scarf. I do. It's so nice to be able to throw that on under a coat, throw the hood up, and then you still have the warmth of the plushy, squishy yarn scarf underneath to keep you warm. And this is the whole pattern, so that's not very long. And for being a hooded scarf, it certainly looks really feminine and delicate, so that's nice. Oh, great gifts. We have some cute little edgings, ruffled napkin rings, a towel trim. I mentioned this in a previous video too. I like these crocheted napkin rings because you don't see a lot of napkin rings in use anymore. I think one of the reasons is that they're hard to kind of store because you have those wooden ones and the metal ones. But with these, you can kind of flatten those out, put them in a little plastic bag in the bottom of your linen drawer, and you have them when you need them. And they just add a little extra touch. Ooh, a black lace Afghan. Isn't that something? Now, I know that black yarn is not every crocheter's dream to work with, but man, doesn't that look nice worked up? That is just really sharp. I like that. And I get a little jealous seeing some of these subscription forms because I wish I could still subscribe today. Thread baby bib. Oh, wow. That's pretty. I would not want to feed my baby if she was wearing that, he or she was wearing that. Look at the pretty ribbons. That would be a lovely gift. Okay, and then it looks like our cover girl or cover good boy is the last pattern here. Scotty tote bag. So this is cute. This is on my list. It's been on my list for a while. I just need to go ahead and put it together. But it does use some plastic canvas to give it some rigidity, I guess, some structure. So, you're going to be able to use that. It's not just going to look really super cute. It's going to work really well. And here's the graph on the back. And let's read about this designer. Although she is best known for her creative clothing designs, Anne Parnell's latest project is the Scotty tote bag. Anne and her husband Jim have 4 children and make their home in Tennessee. So she designed that lovely little guy, and I just really like it. I think that's super cute. I would use that, if not for anything else but another project bag. And last but not least, we have our stitch guide for this issue. It's on the back. If you're having trouble with any of the pattern notes, you might want to take a look here. Sometimes they can differ from things that we're used to today. So those are always nice to have. And then again, we have the little culmination of all the patterns that we looked at. So I hope you guys enjoyed these. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to make any of these. I'd be happy to know which ones. And let me know if there's anything that you're looking for. I'm really trying to build a community with other crocheters. So if there are patterns that you're interested in seeing, crafts that you're interested in seeing, please let me know. I'd be happy to hear from you. And if you're enjoying these videos, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe if you guys want to. Follow me along as I flip through some more of these. But until the next one, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you then. Bye.